Welcome to class today. Today we're going to be looking at assignment operator, comparison operator, logical operators in TypeScript. So we're going to begin with the assignment operators. All right. First of all, we're beginning with the first, which is the assignment operator itself, followed by the addition assignment operator, followed by the subtraction assignment, followed by the multiplication assignment, followed by the division assignment, followed by the assignment, followed by the modulo assignment, followed by the exponent assignment. Yeah, so this is it. So what did the assignment operator do? They used to assign values to variables, especially variables which data type, which type is number. So they're dealing with the with numeric data as their value. So we come here, we create. Let's start with this, which is the assignment. So here in JavaScript, we don't I know in mathematics, we know this symbol as the equal to, right? So here in JavaScript, we call it the assignment, all right? The assignment operator. We call it the assignment operator. We call it the assignment operator. So it's used to assign data or values to variables or constants. So I come here, I create a variable here, I say let my num. All right, so this my num will just be I've initialized the variable, right? I've initialized variable using the let keyword and assigned a name here, which is the my num. So I'm supposed to assign a value. So how do I assign a value? This will be undefined like this, all right? I assign a value using the assignment operator. I assign values using the word the assignment operator, which you all know in mathematics in your basic level as equal to mathematics. But here it's called the assignment operator. You come here and say assign 100. That's a number data. All right. So let's type this so that it's safe. So we'll come here, okay. We're assigning a number to this. All right. So this will always receive a number. This is what the assignment operator do. Does it assigns this to assign data, so let's say value to variables and constants. All right. So this is what this does. So let's look at the addition, that the addition assignment. Addition. So this is used to add a value to a variable, especially a variable which data type is number, all right? Then and update the value of the variable. So let's come and say, okay, addition. We come and say addition assignment. So we come and say, okay, let sum. So I'm creating a variable called sum. So this sum number data type be equal to 50, all right? So I create a sum variable, right? Assign a value of 50 to it and data type number of 50 to it. So I come and say, okay, this same sum now, all right, this sum now, I want to plus equal to 50, all right? So this is what this does. So what I'm doing, I'm adding a new value of 50 to the existing data or value that it contains, which is 50, all right, and update it. This is what this means, all right? It means sum, the new value of sum or the updated value of sum equals to the old value of sum, which is 50 plus the 50 I added just now. All right. So it's used to add values to a variable and update. So it adds and update together. So if I come in now, okay, let me come and console log this here. So let's see what the value is here. Console the log, say sum. We call it sum. Let's call it sum here. So if I call it sum, I'll come here. Let's run this on our. So I'll come here, run compiler here. So to compile it to JavaScript here. So you see that's compiled to JavaScript. All right. So come here. Let's see what it will display on our browser here. So we have 50. You see that we have 50 here. So let's say that's when we created the variable or an assigned value. So let's see after we've added this new value to it, let's see what will be the outcome here. Okay, so we need to run it again. So we'll come here. So don't worry. This about this. I'll show you how to put it on Word so that I can be updating by itself. All right. So, but for now, let's learn this. We need to learn the basics so that we have more stronger hold on what we're learning. All right. So we'll come here. So you have 100 here. You see that? So what it does is that it adds an update. So it has added now. So sum here is 50. So this variable sum we call there means it contains 50. So plus equal to 50 using the assignment addition the addition assignment, and we'll have a new value of sum which is 100. So that's what that is all about. So let's do for so the rest follow this pattern actually. So go for let's say multiplication assignment. So here multiplication assignment. So let's come and say, okay, initialize the variable, call it product. You know, product means multiplication. So the product of this or this. So let's say product is equal to 100, 100, all right? Is equal to 100. So initialize product. Don't forget we assign, although there's what we call type inference, all right? So because well, when we create a variable without assigning a type to it, whatever data type we assign to that variable automatically be its type. TypeScript will automatically assign that as a type. Like look at this now. I've assigned 100 to product as a type, all right? So if I come and say, okay, product, I want to change, I want to assign a string, a product, and the product to a new data. I say, okay, product, John. You see, so the type string is not assignable to type number, although I didn't add any type. So this is called type inference. So JavaScript with its own initiative will assign a particular data type to this based on what you assign, what the first, like now, the first data type you assign the variable to when you created it. So JavaScript will automatically infer that as the type of that particular variable or constant. So please take note, all right? So I'll come and say, when it's okay, I'll say okay, product. So sorry. So come down. Say product multiplication equal to 10. All right. So it means I'm multiplying product by 10 and returning the new product. All right. So this is what this means also. It means the new product is equal to the old product, which is 100 multiplied by 10. All right. 100 multiplied by 10. Did you get it? 100 multiplied by 10. So they come in and say, let's say console.log. So we'll be having 1,000 now. Product to say, come in, let's run this. Okay, so let's run this on our browser and see what we have. So we've compared it now. We have 1,000. So product was initialized at 100. Then after it undergoing the addition, the multiplication assignment, the impact of the multiplication assignment operator, it became 1,000. So this is basically how it works, and the same goes on and on for all other subsequent operators here. So let's go straight to the comparison operator. The comparison operator. All right. So comparison operator. All right. So comparison operator, we have this number of comparative operators here. We have the equality operator. We have the strictly equality operator. We have the not equality not equality operator. We have the strictly not equality operator, comma. We have the greater than, we have the less than, we have the greater than equal to, we have the less than equal to. All right. So the greater we have the less than equal to. These are the comparison operator we have in TypeScript. All right. So come here. These are the comparison operator we have in what in TypeScript. So we'll come and say, let's say We have let my number. So one thing you need to know about comparable to operator, so it's used to compare two values, all right? It used to compare between, I used to compare two values. I used to compare two values, and note, they always return their outcome in booleans, all right? They always return outcomes in what? In booleans. They always return outcomes in what? In booleans. Let's take note. So come here, we say they always return outcome in what? In boolean. So let's come and say let my value be equal to, let's say you have, we call this, okay, no, I think let's use more easier version to show this. So say console.log. So we're comparing two values. Let's just have the two values in the console.log so it's easier to interpret. So we have 100. So let's begin with the equality operator. Equality, equality operator. All right, so here, which is represented by the double assignment. All right, so come and say, okay, we're comparing these two values, these two numbers. Say it's 100 equals to 100. Like I said, the comparison operator always return outcomes in Boolean. Boolean means we're talking about is true or false. We're talking about the what? The true or false. So let's check this. We console log this. Let's compile it. All right. Change it to JavaScript. All right. Then we can now go to our browser and run this and see. All right. True. See that? So it's true. So it compares between two values. So it's 100 equals to 100. Yes, 100 is equal to 100. Yeah, so they are the same value and they have the same value, 100 and 100. So equality, it returns a true here. All right. So there's one drawback about using the equality operator, which is the equality operator only checks for when it's comparing two values, it checks only the value of those two values, like the value, it does not change the data type. All right. Like look, see what I mean by that. Like when you come here and say, okay, change this to it is string, but inside the string we have 100 to here. All right. While we want 100 to here. Okay, so TypeScript is giving me an error here. Okay, so it's giving me an error. So let's proceed. All right, so TypeScript will not allow you to use. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna let me create a variable here. I'll say okay, let value one equal to 100, and I'll assign this to a type of number. Then let me say okay, let value two be a string. All right. Then and I'll assign this to it 100. So this can work now. All right. So we can come and say okay, console.log here. Console.log here. Let's say so value one is equal to value two. So let's see what this is going to return. So normally numbers and string have no overlaps. They have no overlap. So there's no way they can overlap here. Numbers and string because there are two. Because no, we're giving a type here. There's no way they can be compared. That's what it means. All right. There's no way they can be compared. One thing you must know that this equality operator, this one we dealt with now. This one we dealt with now. Okay, so TypeScript will not allow us because you know TypeScript checks type. So it's not going to allow us compare because it's look what it's complex. Say this comparison appears to be unintentional because the type number and string have no overlap. So what you need to know about this is that okay, you need to know that okay, the comparison, the equality operator here, which is this one we're doing, this one, the equality operator here does not check is when it's comparing two value, it checks it checks only the value, it doesn't check the data type. So you can have 100 as a number, 100 as a string, and it's going to return true or false for you, all right? It's going to return true that they are the same, why they are not, all right? So please take that difference between this, then this, all right? This and the quality, the strict equality operator, which is this strict equality operator. So which is the one that has, so here it checks both data type and value also. All right, it checks both data type of what on, but let's say okay, console.log 100 1000 is strictly equal to 1000. All right, which is true. Okay, let me close this here, which is true. Let's say we change this to, and if we change it to TypeScript is going to come. And that's the power of TypeScript. You make sure you don't do an error, right? It's there to make sure you properly type your variable, properly type your logics so that it's easily understood and you don't easily encounter bugs. All right, please take note. Make sure you don't easily encounter bugs. You don't easily encounter what bugs. So this is strictly equal to, so still going to compare and return a value in Boolean, all right? Going to return a value. So let me run compile it again. Compile this in the TypeScript compiler. So it has compiled. If I go to my browser here, you have this true. All right. You have the true here. Is that correct? Good. So let's proceed back to what we know to the next, which is the not equality. All right. Not equality checks whether a particular values are not equal. All right. They are not equal. So you come and say console.log. We have console.log. We have 1000 is not equal. Is not equal to 2000. So what do you think is the answer? 1000 is not equal to 1000 is not equal to what? 2000. So we have to be intentional about this. Let's come here and create variables. You can say let's use the value one. Let value one equals to 1000. So assign a number to this. So TypeScript is very, very intentional. You have to be intentional with your typing, or else TypeScript is going to mess you up. So let value two, okay, assign number to this. So it's equal to 2000. All right, so we've done this. We'll come and say, okay, console the log. So, okay, value one is strictly equal to value two. So now you see everything is holding up well now. It's properly typed. All right, so come here and check this. We'll say, okay, console the log. Okay, let's see what's going to return. If it's either a true or false, we'll come and say, we'll say value one is not equal to value two. 1000 is not the same as 2000. Is that true? That's supposed to return the true. So let's compile this here. Then go to our browser to check the impact of that. So that return it true. You see that? So let's do the opposite. Let's say, let me change this to, let me change this to 1000. Value one is not equals to one to value two. So 1000 is not equals to 1000. So this will return a false, obviously. So let's compile again. Okay. Come here, load. False. I think that. So now it has returned a false. So next we'll be looking at is the strict equality is the same as the not strict equality, but the strict equality checks both data type and value. So let's say this is a string now. So this is a string. Let me convert this to a string and see. So TypeScript is going to throw an error. See it here. So they cannot overlap. There's no meeting point between them. But let's say this is a string, all right? The strictly not equal to will check both the data type and the value before returning an output, whether true or false. So we have the greater than equal to and the less than equal to, all right? So greater than equal to, the greater than and the less than. Greater than, greater than, less than. So this is just, it compares two value to see if they have the same value or more, whether they have the same more or less of a value than between when you compare the two values to see if this is more or this is less or if they are the same. All right. So come and say, okay, console.log. So let's work with this value again. We come and change this to 3,000. We change this to 4,000. All right. So come and say, okay, console.log. Say value one, which is 3,000, is greater than value two. So what's value two? Value of value two? 4,000. So is 3,000 greater than 4,000? So if I give you 3,000 naira and I give you 4,000 naira, which has more value? You know, is 4,000 naira. So as such, this will return a false. It's going to return a false, right? It's going to return a false. So we come here, run this on our browser. You see, it has returned a false. Line 27. It has returned a false. It has returned a false. All right. It has returned a false. And 27. It has returned a false. Okay. So you know this way it compiles the TypeScript compiler compiles the TypeScript back to JavaScript. So line 27, it has returned a false. Please take note. So this, all right, it will return a false. So the opposite is true. If you check this, okay, let me use greater than here, less than, sorry, is 3,000 less than 4,000. It's true. Yes, what 4,000 can do, 3,000 won't be able to do it in terms of value. All right. So as such, this will be true. So let's compile again and see. We come here, reload. See, it returns a true now. You see that? So it's correct. So the same with the greater than equal. The greater than equal to and the less than equal to is to check. Here you have two conditions. All right, you have two conditions, which is like look at this level. Say, okay, let me do this now. I'll say greater than equal to equal divided by this and less than equal divided by this. Okay, so this is it here. We come here, come here, say okay, console.log. See what could the value, the variable of value, say okay, value one is greater than equal to value two. So this has like it's having about to check two conditions. First, if this is equal to this, it will return a true. If this is greater than this, it will return a true. So it's checking two conditions. If they are equal to, let's say this is 1,000 equals to 1,000, it's returning a true. And if this is 1,000, this is 2,000. It is 2,000, this is 1,000. That is, this is greater than this value. It will also return a true. So with comparison with the greater than and less than, it checks two conditions, not just one. All right. It checks if it's greater than and also if it's equal to. All right. So that's different between to learn. Look at this now. Value one, which is 3,000, is greater than equal to value two, which is 4,000. So return a true. And this will be the same thing. If I put value two to be 3,000 also, it will return a true. Okay, let's compile and see. Let's compile and see. Say it returned the true. See that it returned a true. So it checks two instead of one. So next we'll be going into the last operator for this section, which is logical operators. Dealing with logical operators. So we have three kinds of logical operators here in JavaScript, and they are the AND operator, AND operator, which is represented by the ampersand. Then we have the NOR or operator, or which is represented by these two strokes here. Then come out, we have the NOT, represented by the exclamation mark here. All right, so these are the three operators we have in type, three logical operators we have in TypeScript. AND operator, OR operator, and the NOT operator. So let's see how they are used. All right, let's see how they are used. So logical operator are used to combine multiple conditions. So here we need to combine multiple conditions. Whereas comparison operator happens between two values, logical operator happens between two operands. Operand. Operands. All right. So we'll come here and say, okay, so we have two operands here. So let's start with this console. Sorry, I'm using uppercase. Console. Let's begin with the and percent here. All right. This is the and percent here. And percent will come here. So you are comparing between two operands. So let's still work with the value one. All right. We know what the value one is. Value one has the value of 3,000. Why this has the value? Okay, let's push it to 4,000 now. 4,000 now. You get it? 4,000 now. So let's see. It's okay. So don't forget the logical operator don't just compare two values, they compare two operands. All right. They compare between two operands, two sides, or they have to do multiple conditions. So you come and say console.log. Console.log, we have value 1 is greater than equal to value 2. And so this is and value 2 is greater than less than equal to value 1. For now, I don't know that what will be the outcome of it, but let's see. So we say value 1 here is what? 3,000. So if 3,000 is greater than equal to 4,000 is a false. All right. To this other side, you have value 2, which is 4,000. 4,000 is less than equal to 3,000, which is the false. So the and percent also work like the comparator operator. They return output in boolean. So it's check the two sides. If the outcome of the two sides are true, it will return a true. If the outcome of the two sides are false, it will return a false. If the outcome of one side is true and one side is false, it will return a false also. So that's how it works, all right? It will only return a true. The answer will only return a true if the both sides or the both operands or both operating sides are true, all right? So like, look at this now. Let's make sure that they are true. Let's say let's say value 1, which is 3,000, is less than equal to. Okay, let's not use the equal to. Let's just use less than. It's less than 4,000. It's true, all right? So come here, value 2, which is 4,000, is greater than value 1, which is 3,000. This so the both sides are true now. All right, so we'll come here and run this on our browser here. On our browser here, we'll say we'll have a true as an output. Reload, you see it has returned a true. So the AND person will always return a true if the both operating sides are true. So let's say one of them is false. Let's say we come here and make sure that one of the operating side is false. So let's make sure one is false. So we'll come here and say 2,000, and that's value 2 is 4,000 is less than 3,000. Value 1 3,000, which is this. You know this is false. So if you run this now, compile this now. All right, so run this on our browser here. Reload. Well, see, we have a false here. See that? So the AND operator will only return a true if both sides are true, and return a false if one of the sides is false or the two sides are false. Please let's take note. So next we are checking. Next is the OR. The OR. So the OR, right? The OR is used to, so let's say console the log. So the OR is a logical operator. Here it checks two sides, right? And to return a true if one of the side is true, if the output of one side is true or one of the operands is true, and we return a false if both sides are false. So you see the OR is more lenient, right? It's more lenient. So we'll come here and say, okay, um, value one, value one. Let's say let's make value one the first side. Value one is greater than, because value one is 3,000. Value one is 3,000. So value one is less than value two, which is 3,000 is less than 4,000, which is true. Or value value two is less than, so that 4,000 is less than value one, which is false. All right. So this is true. This is false. So they all will return a true if one of the operating side is true. All right. This is more lenient. It's not as strict as the AND operator. So come here. Let's run this again. We come and run it again. We go here. Reload. See, it has given us a true. You see that it has given us a what? A true. So because one of the sides, so the all operator will only return false if both sides are false. So this is false. Let's make this false. This is false. Let's make this false. Just making this greater than will be false. It will mean value one, which is 3,000, greater than value two, which is 4,000, is false. All right. So the both sides are false now. So let's run this on our browser and see. We come here, say, we compile again. So you have false here, right? So that's how it operates. All right. So finally, for logical operators, we have what we call the NOT operator. The NOT operator, the NOT. This return the opposite. The NOT operator will return the reverse of the result. All right. It will reverse the result. So let's say we have this. We say, okay, console.log. Okay, let's create a console. Let's is sunny. Let's say this is sunny day. Let is sunny day be equal to true. So that will automatically infer a type of true to this. So if you come and say you want to change this and say, okay, it's sunny day is equal to 30, tell you that no. Number is not assignable to a boolean. So by inference, this is a boolean, has a boolean data type. All right. So we can actually cast it and assign it here and say, okay, you have data type of boolean here. Good. All right. So this is this now. So let's go back to our 42. We'll come and say, okay. So the not will always we reverse the result. So this is true. When we say now console.log not is sunny day, not is sunny day. So this will reverse the result from true to false. So it does the opposite. The not operator does the opposite. So if you come here and run, let's say we compile our stuff again. All right, so we go here now, run this now to return a false. All right, so it has converted this true to false. It will always return the opposite. It will return what? The opposite. It will return the opposite of whatever is assigned to. All right. Thank you very much. See you some other time.